High Point coming off an overtime win against Colgate on Friday. They're coming into this game with a lot of momentum. Virginia needs to come out and make a statement early.
Well, the question is for High Point is, the fact that they did play a very tough and competitive game against Colgate on Friday night. If you are Coach Torpy, the one thing you don't want to see Virginia do is get a big lead early.
And Virginia, of course, trying to come back from their start in their first game, in which they went down 0-3 in the first quarter.
Well, that might have been a good wake-up call. Again, that even the players that I talked to said they were nervous coming into the first quarter of the game, obviously with all the build-up from 2021 National Championship. So for them, the first quarter was a little bit of a tough start, but then they went out and outscored Air Force 17-3 in the second and third quarter.
And it looks like Virginia is going to get off to a hot start here, a face-off win, and now the men in white are on offense.
Pete LaSalle is the key for Virginia, as he always is. Can High Point neutralize Pete LaSalle's ability, what he needed to do in his first collegiate start?
Now Virginia trying to communicate through the defensive stand. Swinging it around, it's Sawstad on ball.
And that'll be a great matchup.
And a high shot, high goal! And it's High Point who comes out to Klockner Stadium and
from 80 to 60. So again, just a typical great look by Asher Nolding over top of the defense. Perfect placement in the upper corner. That's what Asher Nolding does so well. He can
necessary adjustments to get his offense on the field.
So right now with that first midfield group, you've got Jeff Connor, Griffin Schutz, the outstanding #1 recruit in the country from Trumbull, Connecticut. And of course then you're going to also have Dana Dixon in the score.
And the Cavaliers answer one back and bury it in the back.
Just in some ways a little bit unsettled for the High Point defense. And again, it all started with Griffin Schutz dodge. He creates some space, and Peyton Cormier shoots a low hard one right under Parker Green's able to help. And Virginia was fortunate to be able to get the ball out to their offensive end.
The freshman certainly thanking his veteran defenders right now.
And that just shows what a great player Asher Nolding is. He does everything in his game.
And now Virginia doing it all on the offensive end. Buries it in the back of the net on the one-man drive. No slide, no problem.
Just comes down left-handed and is able to bounce it by the goalie. Not much power on the shot, but he's able to go right-handed and finish.
First quarter, now giving it up on the ride.
Again, the ride being so effective, of course, it's a man-up ride for Virginia. And High Point got the ball to the right person and getting to Asher Nolding.
And there's the inside pass, the shot, the goal. And High Point, a little quick stick fake out, sends Nunez one way. And
again, you've got, Asher Nolding does what he does so well. You can see he just sees the field, and just a great finish right there.
3 defenders around him, and yet still
the flow of the game. Virginia really hasn't been able to run midfield units.
And with so much back and forth, important to keep legs fresh, only being the second quarter of play, 11:29 remaining. There's the low shot, low goal! Matt Moore fires one off from just short of the restraining line. Low roller, Wormberg.
Tough to read, and it was perfect placement because it was off stick side. Right there. Again, a little bit more time and room than I'm sure this will be a situation where Virginia will have to make a substitution on attack. Looks like right now Patrick McIntosh, number 18, is going to be running in Peyton Cormier's place.
Moore running to goal though. There's the shot, buries it low corner. A fantastic play, drops his defender, and
Parker Green off stick side low.
Let's take a look at this play. What gave Virginia possession was that run down made by Mitchell Whalen. After some confusion, Whalen ended up with the ball, and how about this move by Moore? Drops his guy, takes 2 steps. His man in the middle was Whalen. Now it's the Cavaliers that are going to have to send the slide. No 2 slide there, and it's a goal for High Point, answering back after 2 unanswered.
It's good offense right there, because again, what they were able to do, he's just, nice job right there.
And you can see
Virginia early dominated was the face-off. Now High Point has won the last 3.
Virginia going to have to do it on the defensive end first. 60 on the shot clock. There's the one slide, misses. There's the flag and the goal. High Point continues to roll out of the timeout and ties it up 4-4. It's the
beats the slide and then is able to finish. Just a great individual move by Nick Rizzo, and his bonus is he not only scores a goal, but he draws a foul and gives High Point an opportunity to play man up. So that's the perfect situation to be able to score and then draw a 1-minute foul. So we'll see what Virginia does. Gable Braun's going to take the face-off.
Schellenberger up top on the invert. 1:33 remaining in the half.
And Virginia still has not used a timeout, so they still have two. You can't take them to the second half, so we'll see if Coach Stephanie wants to go ahead and call a timeout. A great shot.
Schellenberger doesn't need the timeout. He'll just take the goal. 5-4 Virginia with 1:22 remaining in the...
Able to get his stick above the goal line, and he puts the ball in the perfect spot inside the goalie's head, right corner. You can see that, just that good drive right there, creating space.
A concern for the Cavaliers. Schellenberger, who scored the last goal, with the ball. This time carrying to his right. Rolls back to the left, there's the dump, and Xander Dixon with the quick stick. How about that assist, and how about that goal? The Cavaliers.
Start with Connor Schellenberger, and of course what he does is he forces the defense to all turn their heads, and just a real nice off-ball cut by Xander Dixon. He knows where to go, across cage feed, and just a layup for Xander Dixon. So Connor Schellenberger
will stay with High Point thanks to the rundown of Kobe Russell.
That's the case of one more step, he would have had a better angle.
Russell trying to find a better angle for himself up around the front of the crease, and he'll bury it into the back of the net. High Point answers back at the start of the second half, 6-5.
That's to get a shot. They don't able to convert it. The ball goes in the corner, and the defense again not being settled. You get beat right there in the corner, and no slide quick enough to get to Kobe Russell, and he just is able to get inside of Grayson Saladay. No way that Matt Nunez is going to make that.
And it's those goal
defense and be able to make it a 6-on-6 game.
Resetting their dodge. There's the one move. Should no slide comes, and he buries it in the back of the net. Worm burner in between the legs of. And Virginia has got to do a better job sending a slide out to number 26, Michael Ippolito.
And that's one of those shots where, Ippolito makes the shot, and you can see, just a little bit late getting down, and we talked about
that one. Slammed his stick on the ground, not happy with how much defense he's had to play at the start of this third quarter.
Well, that pass really was, again, one of those passes where you're trying to get a quick out, you may be trying to clear the ball.
There's the Garno shot, there's the Garno goal. You got the one you were looking for, Doug.
Able to bounce up high. You can watch the release, changes, great shot. So both teams have defended in the half field very well, and the goalie play has been exceptional.
Now Schellenberger in the far corner trying to increase this Virginia lead, 60 on the shot clock. Uses the screen, trying to carry with his left. There's the step down with the left and the goal! Firing it into the back of the net as the Bears lead by 2.
And again, the communication on the defense right there, Connor Schellenberger just kind of drifting a little bit. Didn't seem like there was much there. Jack Simmons, who's on the backside, probably the one midfielder at the High Point, didn't really consider to be the dangerous shooter on that group. As you said,
the Virginia ride has been all afternoon. It's going to be difficult for High Point to get the ball if they're unable to win the face-off as Moore wraps around and scores! Matt Moore with a little how you doing from up top.
Matt Moore today is tough, but just a right-hand power sweep. Nice pick right there. Again, that's a defensive communication right there. Jack Simmons sets the pick. Matt Moore is able to go ahead and just rub his man off.
Moving it around well. Garno, step down, offside hip, well-placed shot, but once again, Green rises to the occasion. Ball still loose, and if you're Lars Tiffany, you certainly are looking for a conversion. As Schellenberger comes up with it, they'll try it again. Garno shoots, Garno scores! Buries it from up top and walks it off like a pro.
Off stick side. You can't argue with the opportunities Peter Garno's got on man up, but he's finally been able to find a space, one on a bounce shot. if you're Virginia's extra man offense and you're Sean Kerwin, you're getting the shot you want, which is Peter Garneau from 12 yards.
Sawstad continuing to battle hard with Asher Nolting, but we know how that.
That's been a great. It's been a great battle all day, but you don't stop a great player every time. And so Sawstad was actually in the right place. I think a little bit of a trail with it, but he tried to get a stick in the front. But Nolting, like you said, because of his strength, was just able to power. One has been able to get more shots on the cage. Some of those have been on the extra man. Got Moore with a short operating again from the top.
Moore trying to lower his shoulder, use some of his size, has the ball popped out by a long stick. Now going the other way is Trey Smith. Smith on the fast break with the long pole. He's going to shoot it himself and score! Nunez, not much you could do when he's coming down.
Moore tried to fit the ball to Cormier, and he just got in the middle of the passing lane. And goalies will tell you the tough shot to stop is that defenseman's pole coming overhand straight down. Look, he actually was using Sawstad as a screen, and then was able to track the ball.
Evan Zinn trying to get it over to Kastner. Kastner having to hockey the ball, fighting for possession. Zinn decides to throw a body on the loose ground ball. Virginia still doesn't have it, and now High Point, despite the physicality, is on the way with a fast break. There's the give and go, high, low, goal! And High Point manages to capitalize on a tenacious run.
Well, it all started with any goalie who's going to stop Braden Maia one-on-one, and what he did so well was he got Matt Nunez to commit first, and then buries the shot.
And how about this little back and forth between Nolting and Maia? Does a great job faking the keeper all the time in the world, and it almost felt
situations where he's been able to get open inside and just throwing the ball just a couple times over the cage. Again, it's just a nice look by Schellenberger, drawing the slide.
Now Dixon carrying around X. Nobody on him, low to high, no look shot, goal, and Virginia answers back with one of their own.
What happened? Dixon just beats his man, one-on-one. He's just able to go ahead and turn the corner. As you can see, no one came to help. And that's a tough situation again, because when you are isolated, are very competitive. It's been that way every year, and that's a credit to the Southern Conference for playing the quality of schedule that they play.
The Southern Conference trying to pick up another win against an ACC program today. Asher Nolting doing his part as he
came out of the timeout and go right to Asher Nolting. And it looks like we're going to get a stick check right here. But, not sure whether
they're going to have to come to him with the clock under 5. He'll launch it downfield towards the goal, off its mark, but the final horn will sound. And at the end of 4 quarters, the Virginia Cavaliers best High Point in a nail-biter.
And the series continues between these two schools. Believe it or not, this is the lowest scoring game of the 6 previous games. But both teams come away with a lot to work on, but also have to feel very good about the effort they got from their teams. If you're Coach Torpy, your team came in having played a game on Friday, a 1-goal game against Colgate, a tremendous effort on their part. They have to be disappointed in many ways because they had plenty of opportunities to win the game. But credit Virginia, credit Matt Nunez for just an outstanding effort. If Virginia goes 2-0 in the early season.
And how about the attackmen that we mentioned at the beginning of the game? The combination of Schellenberger and Moore, absolutely lethal throughout the course of the 4 quarters.
Well, this is a great experience for some of these young players like Matt Nunez.